Hello traders, this is Mike Billion. Today is March 8, 2017, and let's talk about the market. I'm going to give you at least 5 or 7 good ideas so you can put in your watch list. They're not ready, but they're about to break out or break down. So let's start to talk about the S&P future. As we can see here, the bulls are holding the 2360 levels. DMI is still bullish and strong, so be careful here because people are saying that the market is broken, that the market is going to go down. So be careful because DMI is still bullish and it's really strong. So it has been trending down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, including today because it hasn't bounced. It's only up 0.04%. And if you break down that level, it's easily going to go to the 2300, which is this level right here. It was resistant, and it was resistant back in, let me see, it was resistant in the beginning of January until the breakout right here, but it's bullish. Don't believe anybody that said that this is bearish. Yes, it has been trending down or sideways for at least a week, but it's still bullish. Let me show you the iShares Russell. We're gonna use the IWN. This is the iShares Russell ATF. This one is showing some weakness. We have a crossover on DMI, so now it's bearish, but it's not bearish strong. It's very weak. I think it's just gonna enter this block right here, this rectangle, and it's gonna move sideways because it moved sideways for almost 3 months until it break out, but now it's going back to the rectangle. I wouldn't go short until it break down the 133 level, which is that's the Fibonacci number there. And if you break down, which is also the bottom of this rectangle, then I will go short. I sold my puts right here because I think with ADX low it's gonna move inside and it's gonna move sideways for a long time until the market change. But for now, I'm neutral in IWM. Now let's talk about Apple. Apple, nothing to see here. I talk about the DMI divergence. It was at the top and at the bottom, and I say it can be a pause, and it is just pausing. It's not going down. You see right here, a couple days moving sideways, but not moving down. Not even when the market was moving down. This was holding. Makes me think that it wants to go higher. It wants to go the Fibonacci 142. So right here, we're not at resistance. We're just moving sideways. So I don't want to go short in this one. And I thought because of the divergence, it was going to retest the 133. But it's always, the divergence is always 50% chance that it moves sideways, or it's a pause, or it goes down and correct. But it happens the other way. So for now, just keep it in your watch list because there's nothing to do right here. AMD. This is the advanced micro device. I think it's gonna go down and retest this $13 or $14 resistance. It was resistant back in the beginning of February. I think that's the first target because there's a gap here to fill. DMI is bullish and strong. I think there's a lot of bullion, but there's a lot of sellers at the end of the day. So let's see what happens. I think it's gonna retest the $14 probably in the next 1 or 2 weeks. If you break out there, then it's gonna go to retest the $15. So let's see what happens. It looks also that if it goes there to the $14 and fail, it looks like a perfect head and shoulders. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm bullish in this one. So now let's talk about CAT. There's a lot of news coming out about CAT. I don't care about news. Look at the chart. It's inside this uptrend channel, moving sideways up the top below 99 Fibonacci. DMI is bearish, and I see that the ADX, even though it's below 20, it moved a couple points just in a couple days. So I'm thinking this is gonna start trending, and if it's gonna start trending and it break down this support right here, Fibonacci, and the bottom of this channel, it can get ugly and it can go to $78 easily, or close this gap right here at $85. I think it's bearish right now based on DMI and based on the news. Even though I don't follow the news, but the chart looks like it's gonna test the bottom, and we'll see there. Now let's talk about another one. Let's talk about Let's talk about Nostrum. He tried to break down this support. It looks like he wants to keep holding the support. This I call it, this is a bearish flat. If you break down this bearish flat, please go short because it's a high probability that it's gonna test the $35. So not much to say here. I think it's gonna test it. I'm bearish on Nordstrom. CarMax. CarMax is trending inside this megaphone. It failed at the top, and it looks like it wants to go to the bottom again and test the bottom. So the Fibonacci number that you need to watch is 61. It's holding right there about 64, but I think it's bearish, and it's bearish strong. So if you can end them perfectly right here, but if you finish the day about the 21 double exponential, then you need to get out because it might want to retest that resistance. So I think I'm gonna go short tomorrow. Let's see how it acts in the beginning of the day tomorrow, but it's bearish, and it's bearish strong. Let's talk about Lulu. This is the yoga fan. Let's see. This is a nice chart, and I wanted to include it on my watch list, and I wanted to share with you. Look at that nice bullish flat. So there's a gap right here to close. It makes me worry at $60. So if you break down, it's gonna go to the $60 and test that, close the gap. But if you break out, it's gonna go and close this gap because there's two gaps to close. So the other gap is a 76. So just trade the breakout or the breakdown. But I think based on the DMI right now, if we get a crossover on the breakout, it's easily they're gonna close the 76 gap. So let's see what happens. Put it on your watch list. It's a nice one to have. Pepsi right here looks like it wanted to finish the day below 109, which it was my stop loss, but it came up and finished the day about that level. So if we break down below to today's low, which it was 108.47, I don't see any support, and it's gonna trigger a fail breakout here, and it can easily go to $100. So be careful here. But if it goes back about 110, there's high probability we're gonna go to 115. Now DMI is bullish and strong. So let's see what happens. It was weird that it break down the level so easily in the morning, but it came out. Maybe they just want to check out some weak hands. So let's see, because I'm bullish on this one, but I didn't like the price action today. So now let's talk about the last one. Let's talk about, I wanted to include this one so you can see it. It's a nice chart that you can put it on your watch list. This is a YY. This is a Chinese company. Very strong company. When it break out or break down, they move very nicely. You can see here the triangle wedge, resistance and support. So what do? You're gonna trade the breakout or you're gonna trade the breakdown. So you don't even have to read about the company. Just trade the chart. You know, stop reading news and articles, because there is a lot of fake news out there that you don't want to read, because there are people pushing stocks up or down, and you just wanted to trade the chart. You're gonna trade the breakout. If you break out right here, you're gonna trade the breakdown. If you break down this support right here to 32 level or to 55, which is the major Fibonacci resistance, and it was resistance back in September 2016. Okay, traders, I have a nice promotion on my website. Go to join, and you can see here only one-time payment, and you can join MacBillion lifetime. So you don't have to pay monthly payments. You get my online course. You get my mentoring. You get all my alerts. You get my updates, private updates. So check it out, because it's a nice promotion, and I only do this a couple times in a year. So if you don't want to join anything paying monthly payments, it's only one time. This is everything for today. Right on.